Hi friends, if you are looking for your next pair of headphones for your streams, for your work from home calls, or just for late night gaming sessions to really feel immersed in the game that you're playing, Fifine has got you covered. At this point, I have reviewed three Fifine products? Yes, and they just keep sending them to me, and I will continue to review them. And the latest one is this headset. This is the H13 USB-A gaming headset that features active dynamic RGB lighting, an inline dial, and a detachable microphone. And I've been using these headphones for a little bit at this point, and I figured it's finally time to do a review and talk about these headphones. So these headphones do come in black, white, and pink. I opted for the white color, and they are a bit chunky for a gaming headset, which is usually what you would see with a gaming headset. As I mentioned, they feature changeable RGB lights. They have 4 different EQ modes, as well as 7.1 virtual surround sound. And these headphones are compatible with both Windows and Mac, and really any device that supports USB-A connection, these should be able to work fine with that. Okay, so I've already opened these headphones, so we won't do like a proper unboxing together, but since I've been using these headphones for a little bit, I wanted to go over 3 things that I think work really well for these headphones, and then 3 things that I think could use improvement. But before we do that, if you enjoy these kinds of videos, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel, and it helps you stay informed when I continue to do more of these kinds of videos. And without further ado, let's talk about the daggone headphones. So these are the headphones. These are the H13 headphones. These are a wired headset. Now keep that in mind. They are wired, and they are only connected via USB, which can be a challenge, again, for those of you who don't have devices that have a USB input. But there's another caveat that goes along with that, which we'll talk about in the areas for improvement. These headphones have really cushy padding on the ears, which I found to be very, very comfortable. They have really nice stitching as well along the top of the headband. And they have this really nice Fifine logo etched in here at the top, which of course you won't see it when you're wearing it, but I think this is a really nice detail. This material on the headset at the top also is really, really soft at the top. It's like this brushed, what's that material? Y'all know what material I'm talking about? It's like that brushed kind of material you feel on like seats sometimes. It's got that. And then on the underside, it's got this really nice cushion here. So when it's on top of your head, it feels really, really good. I find myself being able to wear these for long extended periods of time, hours on end, without feeling any kind of discomfort. So that's like a plus for these headphones for me. They don't actually squeeze your head. It's a really big problem I have with a lot of headsets and headphones, which is why I tend to opt for earbuds over the ear headphones, is because they often squeeze my head like a lot. And it takes a long time for them to break in to the point where they no longer squeeze my head. But the moment I put these on, they were very, very comfortable, and I did not feel any pressure along my cranium here. So fine, good job there. So they do label the headphones on the side between right and left for you to be able to easily figure out which side is which. And then one thing to just kind of remember if you're like confused, the Fifine logo, when you put these on, you should be able to read the Fifine logo as it's spelled, and that's how you know you're putting them on correctly, which I think is, I don't know if they did it on purpose, but that's also a really, I see what you did there, Fifine, I see what you did there. You've got this metal here that holds the cups here, which I find to be perfectly fine and not uncomfortable at all. And then you have a very, 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 very long cable. So you're able to run this underneath your desk. Maybe you need to run it a little bit further from, from the room to wherever you're sitting. So appreciate the length of this cable as well. That I say this is what, is this a good 6 feet? I'd say this is a good 6 feet, 7 feet. I didn't read the instructions, I'm sorry. But really good long cable for that. And then one of the other features for this headphones is so great, is this inline dial. So you can control the volume. You can change between your voice chat and like a Discord and your game audio. And then on the front of the dial, you have your 7.1 button that you would click to activate your virtual 7.1 surround sound. And then this is your button to flip through your different EQ modes. One of the key reasons why this is USB powered and why that's important is because you need juice to power the RGB lights. So let's just plug this bad boy in. Here are those RGB lights. Here on the side, I think, you know, this is something that some people would find gimmicky. Personally, I love RGB lights. I think they're amazing, and I think it's a really nice touch, as well as the Fifine smiley face logo that they put on everything. It's just, love it. So when these are on, you won't see the colors, you know, as much when you're wearing these, but if you're on a stream, I think they really help elevate your setup and make you look really, really fun. Behind your left ear is the button to change the RGB lights. And you can cycle here through the different colors. You've got a lot of different modes. This mode is probably my favorite of chasing rainbow. And then there's also a pulsing color. And then if you want to turn them off completely, you just hold it down for 3 seconds and then they turn off. Headphones aren't noise canceling, but they do a great job of suppressing the noise and kind of, you know, reducing some of the background noise. But again, they are not noise canceling at all. When your headset is powered and it's plugged up, this red light appears when your 7.1 is activated, and to turn it off, you would just turn that off. Here are your different EQ modes. You have 3 different EQ modes. You have music, movie, and game. My favorites are game and cinema. I usually just use cinema because I feel like it does a really, really good job of balancing the sound effects from the game as well as the music and everything. So that's usually the mode that I use. One of the other key features about these headphones, which is super duper great, is that it does have a microphone, and it does have a detachable microphone, which looks like this. So you can plug this into your headset, and then this is where your mic is. And so if you only plan to use this headset just for listening and gaming, and you don't want to actually do the chatting, you don't have to worry about flipping up your microphone out of the way. You can just unplug it. And that would look a little bit like so. And so. And then while you're talking, you can just talk into your headset like this. It's also pretty bendable, so you can bend it any way that you would like it to be bent. One of the cool things about this mic though, like if you're streaming and you're like, I don't know if my mic's muted or not, if you do mute your mic, watch, it turns red. Ah, look at that. Look at that, fine. Let's love it. That way if you're streaming and you're looking and you're like, was my mic muted? You'll be able to visually see, as well as just kind of like seeing it out of your eyeball that your mic is muted. So I think that is a great touch. Again, these headphones are really, really comfortable. I've had no pressure on my head right now. And I think these are at a very, very affordable price. Now we're going to do a little stitching here, and I'm going to talk into this microphone so you can get a good idea of what the audio sounds like, because the microphone does also feature noise like suppression a little bit, and noise suppression is one of those things where like you get what you get. So we will do a quick test with the noise suppression and the microphone, and you can get an idea of what that sounds like, and then come right back here. Hello and welcome to Future Kim using my webcam, which apparently is going to decide to do face tracking. Let me not do that so you can't see the disaster that is this room. The audio you're hearing right now is coming from the Fifine H13 headset without the noise cancellation. It is a gaming headset, so of course it's not going to sound as great as something like, you know, a podcast mic like this one, the Rode Pod mic or anything like that, or even like a USB, you know, mic like the Fifine AMA. It's not going to have that same quality sound. But this is a gaming headset, and you know, I think if you are trying to find like a one and done solution, you're looking for something that's value friendly for a gift or something, this is what this sounds like. I think now is also a really good time to say thank you again to Fifine for sending me this headset. I always appreciate and am very grateful when companies and brands send me stuff, because I never thought I would be making these kinds of videos. I just feel like I'm not that interesting, and you know, I'm not even that big of a channel, and I feel like there's a ton of other people that
people could deem worthy to send products to. But yeah, I just really appreciate the brand, and I appreciate the opportunity because yeah, this stuff's really cool. I also really appreciate you, the viewer, for watching this video, because there's so many other videos that you could watch and you're watching this one. So thank you so much. If you're finding it helpful, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That lets YouTube know that this video doesn't suck. And I'm now going to turn on the noise cancellation. Noise cancellation is now on, and I would love to know down below what you think about this mic with or without noise cancellation. Let me know in the comments what you think about the audio. If this is something you'd use, this is something you would improve on, something that you think could be better, what you'd like to see. Because Fifine is the type of company that reads comments and they take people's feedback into consideration when they work on future iterations. Yeah. All right, let's switch back to the main video.
Okay, so let's talk about the 3 things that I think work really well for this headset. The first being that it is very comfortable for a value headset. Fifine is known for making gear for gamers, streamers, content creators at a budget friendly, affordable, competitive. We'll use the word competitive and best value price. They make things very aggressively priced, and I think for these headphones they did a really good job, especially with the comfort. They did not skimp on the comfort factor. They could have put, you know, they could have done like a different kind of material here and made this cheap, or like not did this type of embossment here. Embossment, is that a word? Emboss. They could have chose not to emboss their logo here. And they could have also skimped a little bit on the padding with these cups, but I think they did not skimp there, and that was a really good, I think that was very considerate given the price point for these headphones. So comfort, thumbs up there. One of the other things I think that work extremely well for this headset is an inline dial. This being able to control your different EQ modes, mute, as well as swap between your game chat and your audio chat. It's really nice to have this because then you don't have to worry about, let me find my Stream Deck key, let me find my shortcut, let me go over to my mixer and mute whatever I need to do there. Like, you can control that right here, so that's less places that you need to try and set things up on your desk, and being able to do that all from here is great. In addition, if you're not using a computer and you're just plugging this into like a gaming device, being able to control it from here is also really great as well. And then the other thing that I think works really well for this headset is okay, so here's the thing about gaming headsets. They all kind of sound the same. You're not gonna get XLR, USB sounding audio from only an XLR or USB mic. But I think for a gaming headset, the mic does what it does, and it tries to offer, and it does offer noise cancellation, which again, you want to be mindful about your background and your surrounding, but that's something again that you don't have to offer on a value headset. So I think that the microphone works well. I love the fact that it's detachable. I think that's a really good factor, and the noise cancellation option is also a really nice feature to add in a value headset. 3 things that I think could use improvement for these headphones, and the first of which has to do with the USB connection. USB is required to power these headphones, which makes sense. But if you have a device that uses a lot of USB hubs, or you're using like a USB extender or a hub and it does not have enough watts to power these headphones, your audio is going to crackle. I experienced this when I plugged this in to a USB hub that I had into my computer that was like kind of already almost putting out the max that it could put out. And I did notice that I had some crackling and some, you know, kind of breaking up. I don't know the proper audio term for that, but I did notice my audio was breaking up when it was coming through my headphones. And when I switched ports and gave it its own dedicated port and reduced some of the power, everything came in fine. So you're gonna wanna be really mindful about plugging this into a hub or anything that's not a direct connection into your computer that is giving you enough watts to power these headphones. But if you, again, there's a lot of people who got a lot of stuff plugged up in their computer. No shame, do your thing. Like, if it runs, do what you gotta do. But you need to give this 5 volts. Like, I would not put it in a hub unless your hub can put out a lot of volts. So just gonna leave that out there. One of the other things that I think needs improvement, I love that it's USB powered, and I understand that it needs to be USB powered. But if you are running something and you're running low on USB ports, you ain't gonna be able to run this headset. It would be nice if it had a 3.5 connection and I didn't get the RGB lights. Like, I would be okay if I didn't get the RGB lights, but it would be nice to be able to use these headphones and not have to only have a USB connection, which I understand Fifine already makes a headset that does that, but it doesn't have the RGB lights. So if we could have the best of both worlds, or Bluetooth? Bluetooth? Is that? I know Fifine, I know y'all always cooking something. I know someday, someday. But the lack of the 3.5, you know, I'm nitpicking, really, I'm nitpicking, but that's what I'd throw out there. And then one of the other things that I think could use improvement for this microphone is in regards to the RGB lights, the button to change the color is really easy to accidentally press when you're putting these headphones on. So you have to be really mindful of where you're placing your hand when you're putting on these headphones, because oftentimes I hold my finger right here and then like my finger hits the back of the cup and then I accidentally push the button to change the lights while I'm putting on the headset. And that's just like, I think it could use a better placement of the button. Like if we could put the button in the dial perhaps, or make it harder to press somehow. Because right now it's too easy to press that button while you're putting on the headset or while you're taking it off, because naturally my hands go here to reduce the stress of pulling it from here and then wearing down the top piece. So that's all I got there. With that being said though, y'all, Fifine, you knocked it out of the park again with another value wallet friendly device that I will continue to use in my collection and my streams and for my games, because it has really made booting up Skyrim and playing it again so much fun. By the way, Skyrim is the ultimate cozy game. Booted up that game again, and when I put this headset on and really immersed myself in the music and the sound effects and just everything, it just really brought back so many memories, and this headset does a great job of doing that. It has made late night working sessions feel a bit more productive and a bit more just in general chill. And again, they knocked it out of the park with this. So yeah, if you are looking for a budget headset, I don't want to use the word budget. If you're looking for good value, competitively priced headset, and you have not considered Fifine, I would recommend you consider Fifine. And if you want to consider Fifine for other products in your setup, such as microphones, I've got a couple reviews on my channel already. One for the AM8, which is a USB XLR microphone if you are a podcaster or a streamer or just a general content creator. And then the other is the M9 wireless microphone set, which is again great for more so content creation on the go, and they're both competitively priced. And I have 2 full reviews up on this channel already. With that being said, thank you again, Fifine, as always, for trusting me and allowing me to make these videos and promote your products. And I appreciate you always listening to the feedback. That's one of the things I like about Fifine, is that they watch these videos, they get feedback from people, and they take that into consideration when they're working on updating their products and coming out with new stuff. And I love a brand and a company that listens to its users and isn't just trying to just make profit, but actually iteratively improve. So thanks again. I'm looking forward to the next products that you guys roll out. And if this video was helpful or you have any other questions, please let me know. Give this video a thumbs up, like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to check out any more videos from me, feel free to check out any of the videos that are coming up next.